obviously getting juice, but it's not enough.
You did so fast, so I did it right away.
Have something flat. Right. I do. I got it already.
Welcome back or welcome in for those just joining us. We have had a great day of hockey so far here at 3M Arena at Mariucci. Started off at 8 a.m. with Washington Pride beating the Pacific Steelers. Then Balmoral, they had an upset victory against the number 1 Naha squad. That was at 10 a.m. It was an overtime 3-2 victory. And then recently in the 12 slot, Northwood stuck past Mount Academy. So we've got a good one right now. It's Washington versus Shattuck St. Mary. On the Shattuck St. Mary side, a very impressive roster. They were invites to the tournament, not typically in the JWHL, but just looking through their roster, they have 4 Ohio State commits. Of course, Ohio State right now, the number 1 team in women's college hockey, as well as a handful of other commits from Boston University, Boston College, Harvard University, and more. So a really, really impressive roster on that side. Switching over to Washington, certainly not a team to sleep on. They've got commitments to Hood College, Hobart William Smith, Nazareth University, Norwich University, and Bowdoin. And it should be definitely a good matchup, as you heard Washington won the first game earlier this morning. And so we will be back in just about 2 minutes for the opening face-off. Well, my apologies on that. I was going through the roster for Shattuck St. Mary Prep, but still an impressive group here for Shattuck St. Mary. Commitments to St. Thomas University, Suffolk University, Lawrence, Maine Trinity, and Providence College. Certainly some great programs in those ranks, and so we should still have a fun one. 10 seconds to the horn right now, as still figuring out exactly who we're going to see today. It looks like we've got Dana Reagan in net for Shattuck St. Mary. We'll let you know when that is confirmed. Once again, it's a day packed with JWHL hockey. We had those 3 morning games, all exciting games, and we've got 3 more after this one. A 4, a 6, and an 8. It's Naha Shattuck Prep, then Pacific Mount Academy, then finally Stansted RNS. So stick around through all of those. I'm Sam Constant. This is my last game today. Jason Hetland is taking over all of the other games. And then tomorrow we will be split between Ritter Arena and 3M Arena at Mariucci here on the University of Minnesota campus. And so a great weekend full of hockey. Certainly not the best hockey weather, as it's going to reach 50 degrees this week. Sort of threw a wrench in my plans of playing throughout this week, but a very nice atmosphere to be here at one of the nicest arenas in college hockey. And so, yes, for Shattuck St. Mary, it will indeed be Dana Reagan in goal. She's got 1 more year left after this season before graduation. Also on the ice, we see Michaela Murray, Callie Cerruti, as well as number 4. We do not have her information on our roster. We've also got Frederique Foss, and I believe it was Beatrice Palmer. Because Shattuck St. Mary is an invite team, we do not have quite as much information on them, so we apologize for that. On the Washington side, coached by head coach Kush Sidhu, we are seeing Alex Erdman in goal. She started the first game and, of course, found success there. And so, no surprise, they're sticking with her, and we'll see what they decide to do as the weekend goes on. So many games, 7 total today. I believe more than that tomorrow, since we're split between the two arenas. And so definitely these teams trying out some different combinations to make sure that nobody gets too excited. As right off the bat, Shattuck St. Mary wins the face-off and starts things off with the dump and chase. Cerruti passing it to Murray and up to Foss. Finally able to exit the zone are the Pride, and dumping that just before the red line was Wosiak. The Pride were circling the net, now dropping back to the point. It's Sophie Matasevich, and carrying that around on the far board. Behind the net now, Shattuck St. Mary getting tangled up in the boards, but eventually coming away with it. And slowing things down, not in a rush to exit their own zone, just looking for some clean possession. Taking careful care of it. That was Frederique Foss. Now it's turned back over, and Shattuck will regain possession. Shattuck St. Mary is in the maroon on the left. On the other side, we've got the Washington Pride in those white jerseys. After being tangled up on the boards, Pride almost come away with it. It was intercepted by Taeyeon Kim, but unable to do anything with that possession. The Pride looking to exit the zone and eventually do so. And so now walking back with it, that was Ackerman. She got it up to, I believe, Kim. And holding the zone was Jada Becker. Along the boards, Pride coming up with it. McMenamin, but loses it. Regaining control behind the net, but once again turning it over to Shattuck. Ackerman with the shot, gets tipped away. And finally, the Pride able to exit their own zone, but not get much of a shift off as Shattuck comes fighting right back. Pride entering the zone, but quickly being taken down. Very strong defense. Those Kiera Hoskins on defense, number 23 in maroon. But the Pride still have it in the offensive zone, work it back to the point. Fakes the shot. That was Madeline Hill, and she gives it up. It's a breakaway. Kenzie Berman 1-0, but a great defensive job from Carly Hins getting a stick in there. And so did what she needed to do to break up the play, but she's headed to the box for that one. And certainly any coach I know would take that penalty over the opportunity that Shattuck St. Mary had to score there. But nevertheless, it will be a 2-minute power play. And a good start on the kill. Getting that one taken all the way behind the net. So just 20 seconds off the kill. Right off the top of it. Now the pass all the way across and slowly working in the Shattuck St. Mary. Get it back to Foss. Shot sailed high and wide. Palmer with it and sends it back around, back to Palmer, but she gets it stripped away. That's clear number 2. 3 sets of fresh legs for the Pride. And they have killed off almost half of this power play already. Shattuck working behind the net and trying to connect with Foss. She'll send it back the other way. Shot blocked. Behind the net. It's Murray. Found number 4 for a second, but unable to do anything. 2-on-2 on the penalty kill. 48 seconds left. Gets the shot, but that one is blocked away by Callie Cerruti. Specker had it for a second. She was giving it a little bit back and forth with Naruki Chu, but eventually it was frozen as it got a bit out in front of them. So they've got 34 seconds left on the power play. 12-13 left in this first period. Remember, the penalty came from a strong breakaway where Carly Hinds just sort of doing whatever she could to break up that scoring chance. Able to draw the 2-minute penalty and no penalty shot. And that looks like a wise decision, as the Pride's kill has looked good so far. That one escaping into the bench. It'll be a defensive zone face-off for the Pride. Just 10 seconds left to go in the kill before Carly Hinds comes back onto the ice. Pride take that face off, and that should just about do it, as Hinds is now back on the ice with fresh legs. And she swoops in, intercepts that one. Had an option, but not quite able to see and connect with Olivia Robbins, the senior forward. It was Robbins driving in and getting some pressure on that play and poking it back to her own defensive zone. And Robbins again tangled up on that board. So now the Pride working it up, gets a little out in front of them once again, and Kiara Hoskins passing it up that far board, now just content with getting the shot off to get an offensive zone face-off. That was Lauren Carl. Face-off eventually won by Shattuck. Berman circling into the circle and eventually losing that one through the slot. Pride come up with it on the other end, able to clear the zone, but it looks like icing won't. It will be icing, even though a strong effort was put up by Katie McGee. And so Katie McGee was not quite able to reach that one in time. And so we've got that face-off won by the Pride, looking to work up some offensive momentum once again. We've got just a little bit over 10 minutes to go here in the first, still scoreless. And a good pass, but that wasn't quite settled by Rotherham, and the Pride will have to reset from their own zone, but tough to do so with the pressure that Shattuck was putting on. Once again, another miss pass to Rotherham, and now going the other way, scoring opportunity but not quite able to make enough space on that one was Laurel Potter. Potter, a commit to Suffolk University. She was trying to hold the defender off with one arm while bringing the puck in towards the net, but just not quite able to pull that one off, and didn't have any teammates in the area to help her. And so frozen puck, now Pride taking the face off and able to get it out of their own zone. After a bit of back and forth, Shattuck able to come away with it, narrowly staying onside, pass all the way across, had a lot of momentum on it, looking for Foss, unable to find her. And the Pride looking to work quick. They've got a bit of a numbers advantage. Oh, and a great move, and the shot just not quite finding the net. That was Morgan Hill, but that great move around her defenders wasn't quite able to finish off the sequence. Entering the zone, it's Michaela Murray on her own. Rest of her teammates getting a switch. Almost sneaks it into that corner off the post, and instead Alex Erdman will just cover that up. So we've got 8 minutes, 52 seconds here to go in the first period. There have been a couple good shots, a lot of impressive sort of skating and stick handling, but nothing able to quite break through, as there was a shot from the point that went through the low slot but wasn't quite able to get the tip in that it needed. And then some good defense breaking up that pass. Potential opportunity for the Pride here, working up along that far side. She'll just shoot it, and that one will be eaten up by Dana Reigen, and it will be a frozen puck here on that Shattuck side. Face off won by Shattuck. And eventually regaining possession after they had lost it for a bit to the Pride. Past those, looking up to Naruki Chu. She was not able to quite connect on that one. Chu sending it off that far board, front of the red line, so no icing. But it looks like that zone entry is going to be good enough for Shattuck St. Mary. Tangled up on that corner board near the Washington net, and eventually trying to bring it back to the point and succeeding was Shattuck. After that one was poked away, Shattuck looking to regain it, but losing it through the neutral zone and icing, so they will not be able to get those two fresh skaters. $7:19 here to go. And eventually Shattuck able to escape their own zone, get those fresh legs they wanted earlier, except nobody able to catch up to that one. And so we've got another straight icing. That pass through the slot was for Tavion Kim, but not able to connect. Now it's on the other side. shot from the point. It was loose for a second, but eventually able to cover it up was Dana Reigen. Shattuck was trying to work it back up, no icing, but not able to catch up with it either. So it's the Pride able to exit the zone. Had a nice opportunity there, but wasn't quite able to take advantage of it, as it looked like a 2-on-2 might have broken out. In any case, it's Shattuck working to enter the zone, and not able to maintain possession through that was Bauer Ackerman. And very slow to get up was Beatrice Palmer. Looks like she is staying in, battling through it, but she's definitely in a bit of pain. Shattuck St. Mary working up the other way, not quite able to connect, but battle along the boards, and they'll come away with it. It's Palmer, and she brings it over to Cerruti. Jade Becker trying to get that pass off to Naruki Chu, and she's got it now working around behind the net. Back to Palmer, who brings it to the point shot, but it's just off and tipped away. So resetting, slap shot, but that's blocked out in front by Laura McMenamin. And so the Pride able to get that cleared just past the blue line. And Shattuck bringing it back into the zone once again, working ahead. That shot was tipped, and the Pride have it once again. That one will be flipped, and instead of taking the chance on the icing, the Shattuck squad will opt to just throw that one back in, and the Pride end up with it behind their own net. Encircled by two defenders. Pride working hard to maintain possession, but eventually losing it back. And after a string of turnovers, able to get it back. And trying to work through right there, that was Katie McGee. And recovering it back is Madeline Hill. Working it up the side. It's Wilbur with it. Backhands it in just to try and make something, but no teammates there. Trapped in the boards. For Washington, it's Casey Bloom and Astrid Wilbur. Wilbur comes up with it, working along the side. Loose puck, maybe covered up. Can't quite see where it is. Looks like the ref just lost sight. And it was covered up as some extracurriculars happening now. Definitely a bit of a restricted area there in the crease. The Shattuck St. Mary's team not too happy with how sustained pressure the Pride were putting on after they thought it was covered up, but eventually able to get that whistle and reset things. We'll see if that ignites a bit of a fire for these two teams. The Pride going on the power play, though. 2:45 left in the period. And so we didn't see the official call on that penalty, guessing it was something in the realm of roughing after that activity in the crease. In any case, 1:30 to go on this power play for the Pride. Of course, they killed one off early in the period, just the 2 penalties so far. And that shot broken away. It was dangerously wobbling around the low slot for a little bit, but eventually able to clear it was Shattuck St. Mary. Washington taking their time, working it up. It's McMenamin working it into the zone, eventually slowing down, trying to connect. It was Sophie Lito. And that shot, though, that was Sofia Matusevic. And the Pride maintaining possession off the board, just off to the side, shot off the post. And so a good opportunity there for Sophia Lito, but Shattuck St. Mary able to put that one back to the other end. Just 22 seconds to go on the power play. And after that, there will be about 45 seconds of even strength left in the period. Entering for one last time and settling for a frozen puck. So it'll be 10 seconds to go in the power play off this offensive zone faceoff for the Washington Pride. In the circle for the Pride, it was Astrid Wilbur winning that, but not able to maintain possession through it. That'll do it for the power play. And now the Pride looking to work it up. They were a bit tangled up even though they had numbers, and slowing it down now. Just 27 seconds to go here in the first. But the Pride trying to get out of it with the first goal of the game. Centering pass that connected, but Astrid Wilbur was just a little too tangled up with her defenders to do anything with it. So 10 seconds to go. Looks like this is how we'll end the period. Still scoreless. With some great attempts on both sides. As the horn will sound, we'll have a 1-minute intermission, and we'll see you back here for the second period. Well, we're back for period 2. Scoreless through the first. Once again, Shattuck St. Mary in the maroon. Not sure if that's the official name of the color for the team, but seems fitting given being here at the University of Minnesota. Of course, on the other hand, Shattuck St. Mary has been, in many years, a feeder program for North Dakota. Of course, they since cut their women's program, but for many years, Shattuck St. Mary had been providing lots of talent to that North Dakota team. And so now, Chance not quite able to handle the puck, but putting it in is Taylor Berman. It looks like she had lost it for a little bit, but was able to recover it, settle it down, and squeak it past Alex Erdman, giving the first lead of the game to Shattuck St. Mary. It was only a matter of time until somebody broke the ice, and that came 4 minutes, 5 seconds into that second period. Once again, that was Taylor Berman. And so the Pride looking to strike back. And that one will be sent back for icing. And so unable to get that change off. Winning the face-off, but eventually the Pride get caught up in the neutral zone, able to maintain possession, but back to their own defensive zone. Looks like the ice is getting a little bit rough out there. We've seen a couple of players slipping. Of course, they don't resurface until the second intermission. For now, that will be called back to the neutral zone. And we've got 15 minutes and 3 seconds left to play here in the second. Once again, Shattuck St. Mary up 1-0 icing, so it'll be sent back. Sarah Murray is at the helm of this Shattuck St. Mary program. Certainly a very impressive program. Invited here to the JWHL weekend at the University of Minnesota, along with Shattuck St. Mary's Prep, who will be in our next game against Naha at 4 p.m. So stick around for that. It's a great weekend of hockey. Face-off won by Shattuck St. Mary in their offensive zone. Taking the shot from the point, that was Beatrice Palmer. And now it's tangled up in the boards. So far, no success working it out. And coming away with it is Kingston Golding. She's caught up in the boards. I believe it was Hemingway that reached her first for the Pride. And Hemingway gets it and sends it out of the zone, not far enough for icing, and so we'll be able to try and turn the tides a little bit here and maybe keep some offensive zone time, try and take that goal back. Working up along that blue line. The Pride just getting a shot off. It's deflected, and now they're having to work back into their own zone and able eventually to recover it and then losing it right back to Shattuck St. Mary. Looks like the shot might have gone off their very own Callie Cerruti. Well, they're maintaining the zone. It was a shot from Isabella Naruki Chu that looked like it was going to get the tip but didn't quite reach it. Naruki Chu with it, unable to do anything there, but picked up by her teammate. Shot from out wide. It's right in front, but covered up eventually. That was number 4. Once again, we still do not have her information just with these rosters because it's an invite team, so we apologize for that. But she's certainly been a presence in this game. And so she'll head to the face-off circle, taking on Astrid Wilbur, and win that for Shattuck St. Mary. And just not quite able to maintain that zone time. Finally, that delayed penalty whistled dead as you saw Dana Reigen racing to the bench. Or that was just off the corner of your screen, but she was racing to the bench trying to get that 6-on-5. As right now, Casey Bloom is headed to the box. So it's the third penalty of the game. It's a power play for Shattuck St. Mary, looking to take a 2-goal lead. We're 12:40 left in the second period. Strong start to the power play as that shot from the point was eaten up. That was Callie Cerruti on the shot, the Providence College commit. And it was loose for a bit. Shattuck St. Mary coming away with it. And this is a team that likes working low. Eventually, finally bringing it back up, and it escapes to their own blue line, and they'll have to reset. The Pride getting one set of fresh legs as well as Shattuck St. Mary re-enters the zone. Shot from the point, it's loose, but nobody quite able to pick it up. Looking to bring it around and in. That's Jada Becker who had it behind the net, but eventually it was taken away. The offensive zone narrowly held by Callie Cerruti. And now working along the board, it was Bo Dean. She gets tangled up, taken from her. Michaela Murray has it. And it's back up top. Working it in, losing it. That was Frederique Foss. And so 40 seconds to go in the power play. Done a good job keeping up the zone time, but haven't been able to do anything with it. Maintaining it along the board, centering pass, but a great job by Morgan Hill of the Pride. Tangling up, I believe it was Michaela Murray who that puck was sent to, and so now it's Shattuck St. Mary working it back from their own zone with some speed, trying to get something in the last couple seconds of the power play. Pass through the slot, wasn't able to connect. That one was intended for Michaela Murray, and we're back at even strength. Pride working it up into the offensive zone, but it's batted away. Not able to clear it, though, and so the Pride still a chance here for the Pride, working it in and scoring. It's Avi Medier, the Nazareth University commit. She had the shot. It skipped past. It was in the crease behind Dana Reigen. And she was able to stick with it. It just found its way into the net. And so, incredible perseverance on that one by Avi. And so we're knotted back up here shortly after that power play expired. The Pride able to get one on the board. But already it's Shattuck St. Mary putting a lot of pressure. Alex Erdman has been pretty stellar so far today. Led her team to that opening win against the Pacific Steelers, but facing a lot of pressure here is down and in some pain is Michaela Murray. She's able to work back to her feet. Excuse me, that was Sophia Lito of the Pride who was down. And she is rushing off, but it's icing. Right now, Shattuck St. Mary working out of their own zone. It looked like they couldn't quite find it. That was Palmer. But now, taking it from the Pride on the boards, they were looking to connect with Kenzie Berman. Just not able to do so. Putting on some pressure. Aggressive forecheck that we've seen from most teams so far this weekend. And the Pride looking to hold on to it in their own zone. And a great job coming off the bench to race that one from Naruki Chu. She's got it. Working with 3 Pride defenders on her. Basically a 4-on-1 for a few moments there, and somehow able to keep it in the zone with possession. That shot, the puck was loose, and Shattuck St. Mary not too happy with that call. That was Taeyeon Kim, who was not the happiest with it. It was certainly still loose, but you know, the ref lost sight of it, and that's certainly what they're supposed to do in that situation, but definitely an unfortunate break for the Maroon. Give and go, Jada Becker working it in, gets it stripped away off the back check of Morgan Hale. And the Pride regaining control. We're at 7:20 to go here in the first period. Knotted up at 1-1. Afterwards, the goal from Ave Medier. And this one frozen. Pride with a chance. That one sent wide. Excuse me, it's Shattuck St. Mary. That was number 4 on their squad. And Shattuck St. Mary in the corner of the zone. It was almost loose through the slot, almost able to connect with Isabella Naruki Chu, but not quite. And so the Pride have possession. Working it up, but it was stripped away from Laurel Potter. And that will put an end to a very strong sequence for Shattuck St. Mary. And so the Pride looking to connect with Astrid Wilbur, unable to do so, clears the zone. But the Pride have it back. And that'll just barely be offsides called there on Casey Blum. Shattuck St. Mary able to work it out of their own zone, but tangled up before Sina Hasegawa was able to regain that one. And so the Pride trying to go the other way, but unable to maintain that possession. And we'll get a call here as just a little too physical on that play. And so headed to the box is Casey Blum. And so we're just now getting a bit more information on this Shattuck St. Mary team. It looks like they've got 4 Minnesota natives, and so not too far from home. Of course, the team based in Minnesota, so even though Faribault is pretty far out of the cities, much less of a journey than for most of the teams competing in this tournament. Palmer entering the zone. Finding the far end, back to the point. And with the shot, but tipped away, it was Foss. Eventually able to clear the zone with no icing. And a very dangerous play there from Dana Reigen. Almost gave up a goal trying to go across the slot to her teammate, leaving that net empty. And so right now still fighting for it, but it looks like Shattuck St. Mary has possession in the offensive zone. That pass was split right between Taeyeon Kim and Jada Becker. So that'll give both teams a chance to reset. And you know, it certainly looks pretty, but definitely offsides on Bodine. She was looking just a little too far over that line when she was trying to receive that pass and step through it. Of course, since that was from so far back, we've got the face-off on the side of the neutral zone closer to Shattuck St. Mary's net. We've just passed 3:50 to go in the second. Once again, this intermission will be longer, and as a reminder, right now the Pride are on the kill. That shot sailed wide, and getting it back is Bodine. Bodine to Cerruti. Shot, I think it might have been deflected, but certainly went wide. Bodine once again to Cerruti. And that shot loose in front, somehow able to prevent that from getting in. Kenzie Berman among the Shattuck St. Mary players who was surrounding that one. But the Pride able to keep that in front of the crease and send it the other way. Three minutes to go in the second. We can already see some of the players from the next game starting to pile in. And so the stands filling out a little bit more now. Of course, difficult to fill the seats in a series with teams from so far apart. I mean, the closest team is still several hours away, and many from the far coast, and so still incredible opportunity for these athletes to be a part of a club that's traveling across the nation and also through Canada a lot and play at some of the nicest arenas in hockey. Shattuck had possession for a while, but lost it as Kingston Golding just sort of flung it to get it away from their own zone. And it'll be another offside, so we've got 1:56 to go. Back at even strength. Still knotted up 1-1. SSM winning the faceoff, but turning it over in their offensive zone. Great job by Foss keeping it in front of her and eventually bringing it back to the point. Shot, and that one sailed wide off the stick of Bauer Ackerman. The Pride working it up with speed. That's Casey Blum. Nobody there to help her out. Gets a great pass through the slot, and it was uncovered in the crease. Nobody was quite there to back her up. And eventually, Dana Reigen could settle that one. So it's 1:21 to go. We will have a full intermission after this period. But still more than enough time on the clock for either team to make a strike. Behind the net, the Pride have it. Working with it there, that was Alexandra Hemingway. Hemingway drops it off. And out in front, another opportunity for Medier, but unable to grab her second of the day. 43 seconds left. Working up is SSM. And looked like a painful collision off the post. And ended up also knocking off the glove of the Pride goalie Alex Erdman. And so Shattuck St. Mary Prep is starting to get ready in the concourse for their planned 4 o'clock game. We'll see exactly when this one ends. Tossing the football around, getting loose. Naha in their seats. They, of course, had that game earlier today where they lost in overtime to Balmoral Hall. And we've got just 10 seconds to go. So that will do it for the second period. We'll be back after this longer intermission for the third. Knotted up here 1-1. Goals from Taylor Berman for Shattuck St. Mary striking first, and then the Pride tying it up. It was Ave Medier. And so we'll see what happens in the third after this. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome back inside 3M Arena at Mariucci for the third period. We are all knotted up here at ones as Shattuck St. Mary and the Washington Pride. The Pride winning the face-off. Both goals came in the second period. Shattuck St. Mary scoring first. It was Taylor Berman. And then on the other side, Avi Medier was able to tie things back up. And so icing, and we'll have an offensive zone face-off for the Pride. And so not exactly clear why, but these periods right now are 17 minutes. Perhaps it has something to do with Shattuck St. Mary being a visiting team and not part of the JWHL. That crowd noise is from the warming up. I can't tell if that's Naha or Shattuck St. Mary prep, but that's what's going on there off camera in the concourse. And SSM is able to get it past the blue line, loses it there, and the Pride working it up, losing it. And SSM has it once again. You can tell the difference with the freshly treated ice. As the game certainly moving quite a bit faster than it had at the end of the second period, also with some extra rest. And right now, SSM looking to take advantage of this extended zone time. Fighting for it. That was Tom Thompson of SSM. And she gets it back, and it's just past the point. That was for Bauer Ackerman. Ackerman resets. And the Pride have it. Certainly lots of energy for the coming game, so lots of excitement. Definitely stay tuned for that one. Coming shortly after 4, depending on if this game ends early. And a breakaway opportunity, shooting, and a great save. That was Jada Becker on the breakaway. But a fantastic save by Alex Erdman, able to keep this thing knotted up. And the crowd settled down a little bit after that save. SSM has in the offensive zone, tried the centering pass, but that'll get frozen up. It was Kenzie Berman who was trying to get that one into the slot. Of course, Kenzie alongside Taylor Berman here for Shattuck St. Mary. And the Pride retreating, but a great attempt crashing into the net on the penalty. It looks like that was Bo Dean who made that play. She was in fast pursuit of the fleeing Washington Pride, able to get it, and then got tripped up by Alexandra Hemingway, who is headed to the box. The penalty coming with 14:25 to go in the second, in regulation. And so this could be a good chance for SSM to break the tie. Trying for the one-timer. That was Foss. And the Pride will get to reset. They've killed off 25 seconds. And at this point, it's just viewing the kill as how many possessions do we have to fend off before we can be back at full strength. So they've got 2 in the books. Opportunity, but a good, strong save by Alex Erdman, just sticking tight up against that right post. And so it's 36 seconds into the penalty kill. Pride losing the face-off. SSM unable to maintain possession, but the Pride able to clear it. 1:10 left in the penalty. Again, that penalty came when Bodine was streaking towards the goal, had just stolen the puck away from Hemingway. And as she had that breakaway, just got tangled up, tripped into the post. And so now they've got 45 seconds left to take advantage of it. And icing, so definitely not what SSM was hoping for. Just 30 seconds to go on the power play. Knotted up here 1-1 at 3M Arena at Mariucci. After this, we've got Naha, Shattuck, Prep. Could certainly hear them warming up minutes ago, and they're excited and ready to go. And then Pacific, Mount Academy, and then Stansted, RNS. Those are all coming up later today. There'll be Jason Hetland on those calls, so stick around for those. And with 15 seconds left on the power play, SSM loses it to the Pride. That should just about do it. And getting ready to come out of the box is Alexandra Hemingway. And on the top of your screen, you just saw her beginning to come out. It's an offside, so we will have a neutral zone face-off at even strength. Torn up along the boards, but eventually SSM able to get it back in their own zone. Some heavy pressure. That was Katie McGee, 20 in white, who was putting on that pressure in her offensive zone. But back to defense, as a good job streaking forward was Laura McMenamin, unable to maintain possession through the neutral zone. And you saw a little bit of that physicality from Sophia Lito before it moved off frame. And she's been doing that all night, trying to, take it through 1-on-2, 1-on-3 scenarios. And she's had some success, just hasn't quite been able to finish those plays, as that's frozen in the Pride zone. So 11:15 to go in regulation. Knotted up at 1, no scoring since period 2. SSM able to hold the zone, set up an offense, had a nice pass that was handled in the skates of Foss, but she wasn't able to get a shot off. Working around 2 defenders, she's moving in, drops it back. Not sure if that was a pass for Ackerman or if it just got poked away. Nevertheless, Ackerman has it and sends it up along the boards. Trying to bat it out of the air. That was Hasegawa, but unable to regain possession. Eventually they do back in their own zone, working through the neutral zone. That was number 4 of Shattuck St. Mary, as she'll head off to exchange with Golding. Golding has it, working up, gets the shot off, And not able to find the back of the net with that one. Able to hold the zone was Golding. And now her teammate Murray rushes in to help. Losing possession, but still in the zone. And the Pride able to clear it. Palmer has it in her own zone, working up through the neutral zone. Skating on her own through a sea of defenders and just gets that shot off the body of Alex Erdman. And not quite able to avoid the zone. To escape the zone. That pass trying to go through the slot. Bodine. And it ends up going all the way the other way for icing. It'll be another offensive zone faceoff for Shattuck St. Mary's. SSM winning the faceoff. Tried again that one-time pass, but this could be dangerous. All knotted up and able to turn away that potential threat. There were a couple of Pride players there. Hemingway was the one nearest to the puck and just got completely eaten up by the defense. Lido was fighting against Bodine. Bodine was able to get it off to a teammate, and they get it back at the point, trying to fire it up along the boards, eventually able to do so, but the centering pass blocked away. Trying to get a pass all the way to that far side, able to connect with Bodine, but not as cleanly as she was likely hoping. And so right now Shattuck St. Mary's is going to regroup. Working up along that far side. And it gets lost. Looked like a 2-on-2, but some speed from SSM. And they come away with it. 7:45 to go in regulation, knotted up at 1-1, so we could see our second overtime of the day. And Pride sending that one far. Opportunity, backhand. That was from Casey Blum. She's had a couple of nice chances today. But that puck rolling a little bit too much for Avi Medier to hold the zone. So the Pride getting a whole bunch of fresh legs, but they will have to retreat. And eventually it is McMenamin who puts a stop to that SSM pressure. The Pride a little bit upset with the no offsides call. A dangerous rebound, but picked up by the Pride. And once again, resetting from the point, sending it along those boards for SSM. And along to the other side, shot was deflected, and a great opportunity for four in maroon. She's still able to get it. Working up along that side and finds Ackerman. She was tapping for it. Gets the shot off. It's high. Caught loose in the crease, but looks like this one's going to be whistled dead. It had been sort of rebounded off the glove of Alex Erdman, and a whole lot of players on both sides fighting for it, but looked like it got stuck under something. Whether or not that was Erdman's glove, I'm not sure, and nobody really able to move that. And so we've got 6 minutes and change left here in regulation. And both teams, good scoring chances, but certainly slowed down offensively from where they stood in the second period. centering pass, but that one tipped away off the stick of Michaela Murray. And that one completely blocked. What a great job stopping Hasegawa from that opportunity. And so the Pride eventually able to come away with it in their own zone, but a little bit too far off the boards, and SSM will just shoot that one back. Round behind the net, picked up in front, shot off the knee pads. That was Becker who was fast enough to get there first. And just a slow pass through it, ended up right in front, but thankfully the Pride able to work that one away from the net as SSM is looking to re-enter the zone, gets it in, shot again off the knee pad. Alex Erdman, she has really been incredible today, as she held Pacific to just 2 goals in that first matchup and may be able to hold Shattuck St. Mary's down to 1. The Pride able finally, after some extended time to work it out of their own zone, stay onside and gets taken down. And so it looks like we will have a Washington power play with just 4 minutes, 6 seconds to go. Don was on Jada Becker, and you could pretty clearly see that as it was happening. Definitely not the play she was hoping for, as it was pretty clear the Pride were slowing down that rush to get some fresh legs, but we'll see how they're able to do on the kill. Pride, good job holding this on that first one. That centering pass batted away and able to get the first clear of the kill. Finally, SSM putting a bit more pressure in their own offensive zone. 3:40 left in regulation, 1:30 left in the power play. And that was just a loose high puck that eventually SSM comes away with. Number 4 in maroon just sends that one up to the side, gives her teammates a chance to rest, and comes back up with it momentarily. What a fight on the penalty kill for this Shattuck St. Mary's team. The Pride eventually get it back, and they've got a 2-on-2 entering the zone, slowing it down. That was Katie McGee who had it, but stripped away once again from Katie McGee and re-entering the zone. 46 seconds left on the power play. And what a great opportunity. Just not quite able to control that one was Sophia Lido. And that one will get sent off into the seats, so we'll have exactly 30 seconds left on the power play. Pride winning that face-off. Tried for that pass back to Lido, but not quite able to connect. It was a bit of a high-risk pass to begin with, but nothing offensively working lately for either of these two teams, so no reason to not go for it. Lido tied up with the boards right by, and that'll do it. That did it for the first penalty, but a bit of a fight breaking out between Palmer and Sophia Lido, and both of them readily racing off to the penalty box after that fight. That was one where they were just both happy to get in as much as they could and knew they were headed right there. So we will still, of course, have 5-on-5, but those two will be out of the game for all but the last 5 seconds of regulation. Good stick by the Pride. Great scoring chance. Shooting, and it's wide. Tipped wide from the stick of Wojciak. And the Pride now fighting for it behind the net. Wojciak is getting her stick in there. She's had a couple close chances lately. It's tangled up in front of the goalie, but eventually SSM able to come away with it. Once again, we are 5-on-5 with 2 in the box. 1 on each side, of course. And 1:23 to go in regulation. Streaking through on her own, that was Frederique Foss. Unable to create anything. Pride working it on their own, but that pass just a little bit too far out in front of Susan Rotherham. A minute to go. Tyndall working it up. Tyndall getting the shot just off the goaltender, trying to find something off the rebound. Both sides fighting for it on the board, but that will get kicked back. Will it reach all the way back to Hemingway? No, it won't. In fact, it'll get deflected into the bench, so they will get an offensive zone power play. It was Tyndall trying to keep the zone as it wasn't quite going to reach Hemingway on its own. And so a huge face-off here with 33 seconds to go, and it's won by SSM. Centering pass doesn't connect, but recovering. Ackerman sent it up the boards. For a moment, she was able to connect with Hasegawa, but not further. Shot from way out wide, but not able to break the tie. That was from Tyon Kim, the defender. So we've got just 6.5 seconds left. And so with anything short of a miracle, this one is headed to overtime. That'll do it for regulation, tied 1-1. It looks like they will not be playing overtime because this is an invite school. And so I think that's why 17-minute periods and no overtime, to make sure that the regularly scheduled JWHL games are on pace, but still no doubt an exciting one to keep track of. And a good test for the Washington Pride, as well as a fun opportunity for Shattuck St. Mary's to face off against them. And so right now we are 4 games into the day. All games today played at 3M Arena at Mariucci. We've got 3 more. Naha Shattuck Prep coming up next. Naha had that first overtime loss to Balmoral Hall. And then a game change, if you haven't yet heard, it's at 6 p.m. going to be Pacific versus Mount Academy. And then taking its 8 o'clock place, it'll be Stansted RNS. And so it'll be Jason on the call for those. I'm Sam Constant. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you in the rest of this JWHL weekend.